Everyone breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. The Grand Prix final is over. We have survived. So what's next? This is Kelly Commentates, and today is an episode of Skate to the Point, Unfiltered Ice Chat number 9, after the Grand Prix Storm. Today we're going to just kind of reflect on the Grand Prix experience and then look forward to the future, what's going to be happening next. The Grand Prix final feels so far away already and yet so near because we just experienced it. It was an amazing weekend of skating. I think that so many people came to play, to show their best skating, and, some performances that come to mind were the pairs, Haza and Volodin from Germany. I just saw the fire in their eyes. I saw them wanting to win. And, they were just so happy at the end when they finally won. And I don't think that they necessarily came into this season thinking they were going to, because they haven't been first place at every event this year so far. And even though they are last year's winners, I think that, defending your title adds an extra layer of pressure, if anything. I loved seeing Medelkina and Berulava coming away with the bronze medal. I was hoping they would get first, but I think just podiuming at their first senior Grand Prix is a huge accomplishment. And as always, I loved our second place finishers, Mira and Kihara. Just seeing them, their performances are electric, I would call them. I love the composition of the two programs, and they just have some really beautiful elements. They both have, an intensity on the ice. They are just, world-class athletes, obviously, so it was always really fun to see them here. Okay, as an aside, and I didn't mention this on my Grand Prix final recap, which, by the way, go watch it if you haven't. Did any of you hear the commentary between Mark Henretti and Ted? I think it's Ted Fletcher. I believe that's his name. They're both longtime commentators on Eurovision or Eurosports. And I don't know. I just think the banter between the two of them, the vibe that I got. So Mark Henretti is a super nice Irishman. I love hearing his commentary, and he's so nice to everybody. And he's always talking about, and please excuse my horrible Irish accent, by the way, but he is always talking about I don't know. I think he brings the joy to the skating. He's always talking the skaters up. And I really like that because, he's a former skater himself. He knows how difficult skating is. And I feel like he just has such a love and a respect for the sport. Whereas Ted Fletcher, so I noticed during a lot of the commentary, Ted Fletcher would almost contradict what Mark Henretti says, or Mark would say something and then Ted would be like, yeah, but it actually means this. And he'd get all excited and say what it means. And then Mark would kind of laugh it off. And I don't know. I just think they had such a funny banter back and forth. I almost get the vibe. I'm sure Mark would never say this. He's so nice. But I almost get the vibe that he finds Ted slightly annoying, not in a mean way, but just kind of almost like brothers or something. They're very funny to listen to. But I guess anything is better than Tara and Johnny on NBC, right? Do they even commentate for NBC anymore? I don't even know. I mean, I know they do. They were at Skate America, but I just don't like their commentary. And especially Tara, she's got that nasally drone to her voice. And I think Johnny really likes skating, but I just think the combination of those two is just strange. I don't know. And then while I do like Ashley and Adam, so Adam Rippon and Ashley Wagner, they've commented a few events together too. I still don't think it's the right combination. You know who I'd really like to hear is Gracie Gold. I think Gracie is very real, down to earth, and vibrant. I think she would give very real commentary while still, appreciating and loving the skaters. I would love to hear her commentate. In fact, I wish that she would do that. And maybe someone who could commentate right alongside her would be maybe a Patrick Chan, or I don't know. I feel there's a number of men skaters who have retired who could definitely do that too. I like these ideas, you guys. I'm going to go to NBC. I'm going to let them know. But yeah, I think the Grand Prix final was super fun. I love the announcer's voice who speaks French. I don't know. She's got like such a sing-songy voice. It's like the same voice at all the French competitions, or at least she sounds the same. I really love hearing her like announce the skaters' names. It's so like comforting somehow. There were a number of stories in ice dance. The biggest one that came to mind was the rhythm dance where La Joie and Lagha beat Gilles and Poirier. But again, I mentioned this in my review, Gilles and Poirier had a fall. Poirier fell on one of their moves. And so that just automatically lower their score so much. They got second in the free dance. So they would have had a medal had they not fallen, I think, in the rhythm dance. But that was kind of a shocking moment just because I believe it was one of the first times that La Joie and Lagha have come out on top of Gilles and Poirier. And they did beat them overall as well, although not by very much. The other big stories were Guinard and Fabry really capping off the end of what wasn't exactly the best, Grand Prix series for them. So I think coming out in second place, their scores just like skyrocketed. I think they did a really good job. And I really liked their free dance here. I think it was fun, and I'm starting to like the new costumes better. I'm coming around. They don't look like exoskeletons anymore. They don't look like ants or whatever those creatures are called that have like 3 diameters or 3 concentric circles. You know what I'm talking about? It's not amphibians. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't even think today. This is Unfiltered Ice Chat. Please remember, okay? No time to think. Speaking of ice dance, did you guys see when they would so I know that a lot of people online say that, any of the Grand Prix series in France, they do like awkward cuts to the audience where they like zoom in on their face. It'll be like people just staring into space or like eating popcorn or something. And then they'll just realize the camera's on them and start like smiling and screaming. Well, they kept showing, the other countries in the crowd. What I really liked about the schedule this time is that a lot of the skaters would go watch their other skaters, like men would watch the women or women would watch pairs or whatever. And so they would cut to the crowd and show them cheering. Did you guys see at one point? I thought it was Isabella Flores in the audience, whose skating partner Desyatov has been suspended basically from performing. But it wasn't. It was her sister, Olivia Flores. I totally forgot that her sister is a pair skater and she competed in the Junior Grand Prix. It's Olivia Flores and his last name is Wang. I forgot his first name. But they did a really good job. They did a Lion King program for their free program, and it was very nice. I think they have a lot of really nice qualities. And come on, who doesn't love a good Lion King Beyonce program? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I almost had a heart palpitation. I thought it was Isabella Flores, which I think she's allowed to go to competitions and stuff. She's allowed to be around. So it wouldn't have mattered even if she was in the audience. But I did realize later, I think that's Olivia Flores. So that was kind of interesting. Okay, ladies, Amber. A for Amber. She got an A on her assignment here. She won the Grand Prix final. I can't believe she beat Kaori Sakamoto and Monet Chiba. Well, I take that back. Yes, I can believe it because she's put in the work. She has attacked this issue that she's had for so many seasons. And I'm just so proud and happy for her. And I hope that the people who don't think she should have won or are kind of salty about it, I hope you at least just appreciate everything Amber's been through. She's been performing for 10 years. So it's no joke that she's really, I won't say earned her spot, but I mean, she has earned her spot. Yes, I will say she earned her spot because she worked so hard to get where she's at now. And she may, I do understand the criticism that certain aspects of her performance are slipping, or not slipping, but she has to mute certain things about her skating or her performance because she is concentrating on getting the jumps done. And I see her staying in this kind of middle zone, almost like when you meditate. And so because of that, her performance isn't over the top. But in a way, I saw a comment earlier today. It almost is like a new type of performance. Someone was saying that it reminds them of the times in our lives where we have to stay focused and we have to overcome something. And whether you're a skater or not, we've all gone through something where that was really challenging. And if you freaked out or let it like overcome you, that you wouldn't, overcome that obstacle. So I don't know. I am just so proud. But the short program, y'all, the lady short program, what the hell was that? That was just craziness. There was so many weird. Well, first of all, no one can land a clean jump, and I don't blame the women at all. The judging was just so strict and harsh. However, if you're going to call one, I am glad they call all. I do feel the scoring is more fair at least, or they're at least using a very discerning eye when like devaluing jumps or issuing under rotations and that kind of thing. But it begs the question to me, because I'm like, okay, literally every one of the women's skaters had a under rotated or quarter or whatever. There's like three. I think it's quarter, under rotated, and downgraded. If your jump is downgraded, it's like a revolution less. So like, let's say you attempt a triple toe. If it's downgraded, it'll be as if they saw a double toe. And then I think they do some crazy stuff with the GOEs. I do not like the new +5, -5. In 2019, I think it was, they changed the judging system where they used to be able to only give up to +3 or up to -3 for the execution of, the grade of execution. But now it's +5 or -5. And to me, it doesn't improve the scoring. Like, if anything, it muddles the scoring even more. It makes it even more complicated. Even me, I'm a lifelong skating fan, okay? When I read the ice dance protocols and read the descriptions, it'll be like SPZZYYLIVV. And I have to literally look it up and figure out, like, what even is this element? And they just make it so darn complex and confusing. And I mean, it should be, because it's a very technical sport too. But I think they make it too complicated for viewers. And I think also, even if the rankings are correct for the ladies and they're in the correct order, when people can't understand how you got there, to me, it's just kind of silly. I don't know. But I have I'm just complaining to complain, because I have no solutions to fix this. I really don't know what is the answer. But I remember the 6.0 system, and it really made sense when I was young, because you would just count, 5.7, 5.8, 5. Oh, she's got 5.8s. Okay, that's better than Michelle Kwan's 3 5.8s or whatever, So I don't know. I just felt like it was easier to track these scores. And then in the men, quad god Ilya Malinin, he did 4 quad jumps. I don't even think I got that right in my recap. I didn't even realize. I looked at the protocols again. I'm like, whoa, I think he did every kind of quad. Now, I will say most of the quads were messy. So like, they got quarter, under rotations, or minus grades of execution. So not all of them were a lot of, not very much deductions, but regardless, it wasn't the best skate of his life. Let's put it that way. And nonetheless, he still got 290 points total. So he killed it. He did an amazing job. I liked the new short program costume. I really like that he covered his boots. I forgot that men can cover their boots too, and I kind of like it. I don't like seeing the laces and I don't know if Amber tapes her skates or something, but I don't like the way it looks. I think it's ugly. So it's such a small thing, but I don't know. I like how he covered his boots with the blue, but the design is still, not totally my jam, but who cares? He has a real costume, and I like that. In the long program, is he a werewolf or a vampire or a fish or a sea anemone? I have no idea. But again, I will give props for effort. We do appreciate that he has an actual costume. I just don't know that it's exceedingly better than the old costume. And nonetheless, he has done so well. I also loved seeing Yuma Kageyama and Shun Sato here. Yuma did a very good job too. Not clean on all the jumps, definitely we had some errors here, but still very fun to see him compete. Okay, and even though my dear Mikhail Shadorov did not get on the podium as I predicted, I thought he would get on the podium, at least third place. I am very happy that he got to come compete. He seemed so enthralled. He seems so happy with the process. He really, really, did you guys see him collect those huge stuffed animals? I wonder who brought those, by the way. How do they even get those into the arena? In the US, people would try to hide weapons in there or something. It was just crazy, but very, very cool. And he just seemed like a kid in a candy store. He just seems so excited to be there. And I hope there are many more Grand Prix finals in his future. I'm calling it now, you guys. He's going to give Ilya a run for his money. If there's anyone besides Yuma who could do it, I think that Mikhail Shadorov could do it as well. He's got all the jumps. He performs his programs, which I love. He doesn't just stand there, with vacant face or anything. He really looks into everything. So, I'm just excited about that. All right, so as the title says, the Grand Prix is done. What's next? I wanted to just kind of look up and talk about the different national events that are coming up, because now that the Grand Prix final is over, the next little portion of the season, pretty much January and February, are going to be the national events where each, country or nation that has figure skating names their national champions. These events are really important because in many countries, it determines funding for the next figure skating year, and then also defines who goes to Euros or 4CCs or Worlds. So I'm just looking up different ones. So Dutch nationals are going to be in February, from 13 to 16 February in Tilburg, the Netherlands. What's interesting about them is it's first and foremost an international competition, but the highest Dutch representative in each discipline will be considered to be the Dutch champion. In the women's, there will also generally be a silver and a bronze, but it depends how many entrants they have. That kind of makes sense because I think that it's probably a smaller figure skating country, so that definitely makes sense. Let's see here. The British Figure Skating Championships. So those already happened. Those happened from November 27 to December 1st, 2024. Let's see. Let me guess. I just want to guess. Oh, what a shocker. Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson are the national champions in senior ice dance. Let's see who the women are. Did you guys hear about that? I think it was a British woman who won an international competition. No, she was Canadian. She was the first Canadian woman to win an international competition in I think it was 5 years or something crazy. Okay, so the champion of Great Britain is Kristen Spowers, and she got 188.16. Okay, I don't know her. All right, so that is British nationals. Those are already done. Let's go to Australian nationals. So they already happened as well. November 29 to December 6. They took place in Docklands, Victoria. Very, very interesting. Let's see if we have the results. Nope, I don't see the results there. Okay, Lithuania. These happened from November 30 to December 1st. And let's see the results. Okay, it's in Lithuanian. It's Vyrai or Moteris. I don't know which ones are which. So Vyrai, Daniel Korabelnik. He got 136.59. He was the only entry. Moteris, it was Meda Variakochi with 153.98. Okay, so that was Lithuania. Ooh, Italian. Let's see when Italy does theirs. Okay, Italy is going to have theirs from December 19 to December 21. On the 19th, they're going to start with junior ice dance and junior pairs. On the 20th, they're going to have ice dance, women, men, and pairs. I'm guessing all the short programs. And then all the free programs will be on the 21st. Okay, that'll be a good one to watch. Okay, Swedish nationals. So those are going to be happening from December 7 to 12. So it looks like they are still going on. And German nationals, let's see when those are. So those are going to be 16 to 21 December. German nationals will happen in Oberstdorf. Okay, very good. All right. And in 2025, Korean nationals are from January 2 to 5, 2025 in Uijeongbu, Korea. And Canadian nationals are next from January 14 to 19. Those are in Laval, QC, Canada. I think that's Quebec, perhaps. And then U.S. nationals are the next weekend, January 20 to 26 in Wichita, Kansas. And we need to figure out when Japanese nationals are as well. So let me look that one up. Okay, I know for sure they already did junior Japanese nationals, because I commentated one of Mao Shimada's long program there. Okay, so senior nationals are from December 19 to 22, 2024 in Kadoma, Osaka. And let's see when the 4 continents or 4cc championship is. Okay, they're going to be in Seoul this year. They were originally February 4 through 9, but now they're February 18 to 23, 2025. Okay, very good to know. And then Europeans are going to be in Tallinn from January 28 to February 2. So that's coming up so soon here. Let's see when Russian nationals are as well. All right, and Russian nationals will take place from December 18 to 23, 2024 at the G-Drive Arena in Omsk. You know what Omsk makes me think of is like Omsk, 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 like a DJ. I love it. All right, so you guys, what do we have to look forward to? We have so very much. We have all these national competitions. We have 4CCs or 4 continents. We have Europeans, and then the World Championships in March. This is all going to fly by so fast. I can't believe we are on the second half of the season. Which of the national championships do you want me to review or recap? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this week. Thanks so much for chit-chatting with me. As always, thank you for watching. Over and out, this is Kelly Commentates.